A few days ago we did a story about Suge Knight's son, who took to Instagram to tell the world that Tupac is still alive and he's living in Malaysia. Suge Knight Sr. is the man who co-founded Death Row Records, Tupac's label. Well, now Suge Knight Jr. posted a video of a man who looks strikingly similar to Tupac that he says was taken recently in Malaysia. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know right now on IO. Welcome back to Inform Overload, I'm Charlotte Dobre. Make sure you smash that subscribe and notification bell for regular updates on trending news and conspiracy theories. We post 3 videos every Tuesday through Saturday. And if you're on social media, follow the IO team, our links are posted in the description. Suge Knight Sr. made headlines earlier this year to say that he knows who fired the fatal shots at Tupac Shakur. He was the driver of the car that the killer was riding in. Suge Knight was also recently in prison for manslaughter and faces up to 30 years. Another man, Dwayne Davis, says that he was riding in the front seat of the car that Suge was driving, but he didn't reveal the name of the killer because of the Crip gang street code. That being said, there's been a ton of conspiracy theorists who have claimed over the years that Tupac did not die as a result of this shooting. Tupac did not die at the scene. He was taken to a hospital. Suge Knight, in a documentary called Who Shot Biggie and Tupac, said that in the 6 days following the shooting, Tupac was not in a coma, as reported. He was actually awake and talking. He said, "When I left that hospital, me and Pac were laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing so well to doing bad." When Suge was asked if Tupac could still be alive, he gave a very vague answer. He said, "I'm gonna tell you that with Pac, you'll never know." The official story is that Tupac died of internal bleeding 6 days after the shooting, but many people have said that the official story surrounding Tupac's death is not the truth, and he actually escaped the United States and went somewhere in hiding. Some say he's living in Cuba, others say Somalia, and now, most recently, Malaysia. The only thing that makes the Malaysia claim interesting is that it comes from Tupac's producer's son, Suge Knight Jr. Suge Knight Jr., along with some blurry photos of Tupac and 50 Cent as well as Beyonce, posted a video of an older man who looks strikingly similar to Tupac. The video had the caption, "Updated video from Malaysia." There have been plenty of photographs used to support the conspiracy theory that Tupac is still alive, but the men didn't really look like they were the right age. They looked like maybe 30 years tops, and if Tupac was still alive, he would be at least 40. This time, the video of Tupac supposedly in Malaysia clearly shows a man in his 40s or 50s. According to the first officer at the scene of the crime, Chris Carroll, Tupac was not conscious when he pulled him out of the car. The question that I find most interesting about the Tupac conspiracy is, who would want to kill Tupac and why? Some say it was the Illuminati. Others say that it was Suge Knight. Tupac was reportedly leaving Death Row Records to start his own label, so Knight might have orchestrated his murder. Another totally wild claim was made by the man who claimed to have smuggled Tupac out of the United States, Michael Nice. He says Fidel Castro, former president of Cuba, helped him escape. Michael claims that he was part of the Black Panthers political organization. Tupac's parents, Adeni Shakur and Billy Garland, were involved in the Black Panthers movement in the 1990s. Michael Nice claims that he has audio and video evidence of Fidel Castro ordering the transfer of Tupac to Cuba. Fidel Castro was also supposedly responsible for the body switch, where the body of a dead man was put in place of Tupac's body in his hospital bed in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas police maintain that Tupac Shakur died in 1996. While I do believe that Tupac is no longer with us, the conspiracy theory that he's still alive is definitely interesting. I mean, no one knows who killed him or Biggie, and Tupac kept releasing music after he supposedly died. In fact, more of his music was released after his death than when he was alive. It looks like Tupac fans do have new music to look forward to because the Tupac estate just won a lawsuit. 2 new albums are reportedly on the way. Anyways friends, let me know, do you think this video proves that Tupac is alive? Write your responses in those comments, but for now I'm gonna read out some comments from our last video about Tupac Shakur. David Rice said, "How does one die for so long and still be alive?" I have no idea, it must be a conspiracy. Don J. Moore said, "Them pics look like there was some Photoshop editing done or something." Yeah, both of the pictures of Tupac with like 50 Cent and Beyonce are super blurry. Like pretty convincing, but pretty low res as well. 8-Bit Gamer for Life said, "Suge Knight Jr. just wants to be relevant." I mean, people are talking about him now for sure, but maybe not for the right reasons. Oh my god, Hack said, "My ears perk up whenever I hear Illuminati." How weird is it that autocorrect on my computer won't let me type out Illuminati? Like, it autocorrects to Illuminate every single time, even when I go back and change it. Illuminate confirmed. Pat Bateman said, "Oh yeah, I hear Malaysia is just a beautiful place year round. Just a perfect place for a millionaire to live out his days. What the f ever." I mean, no one would go looking for him in Malaysia. So, welcome to the end screen. This means the video is over. Don't you worry though, there's a link to a playlist right over here so you can go on an IO binge. And if you enjoyed your time here, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next IO video.